Indian IT stocks are celebrating Trump's victory. On Wednesday last week, Nifty's IT Index surged 4% with companies like Infosys, TCS, Wipro and HCL Technologies seeing 4 to 6% rises in their share prices. Now you might be asking, Vikas, what is the connection between Trump and Indian IT companies? The answer is unique relationship between Trump and Indian tech giants. The relationship goes beyond just trade. It is about policy impacts, currency fluctuation, and even immigration reforms. Here is a surprising fact. Over 60% of India's IT services revenues come from USA alone, meaning that any shift in America's economic policy, especially under Trump's administration, has a direct and far-reaching impact on profitability of Indian companies. In simple words, if American companies make more profit, Indian companies will automatically make more money. Under Trump's first term, Indian IT sector saw a whopping 12% increase in revenue from USA alone, despite his protectionist rhetoric. This was largely due to his pro-business reforms like corporate tax cuts. And while his immigration policies raised some concerns, particularly around H-1B visa restrictions, the stronger US dollar and his tax cut for corporations overweighed those worries. Now for a moment, let's turn to global conflicts, starting with Ukraine. Since the conflict began, NATO has enabled Ukraine to hold off Russia's far superior military power. However, Trump has long criticized NATO, calling it an unfair burden on the US. He has also hinted at a unique relationship with Vladimir Putin, claiming that he could end the war in 24 hours. His strategy? Bringing both Putin and Zelensky to the table, likely pushing Ukraine to concede some of its territories to Russia. Turning to China, Trump's hardline stance on China remains unchanged. He views China as the greatest economic threat to the US. He has already proposed tariffs on Chinese goods and is expected to continue using tariffs as leverage to reduce America's dependency on Chinese manufacturing. While this could disrupt the global supply chains, it may also benefit US-based industries by encouraging more domestic manufacturing. The result, potentially higher costs in the short term, but more self-sufficient US economy in the long run. Trump's second term presents India with new opportunities. His tariff on Chinese goods could make Indian exports more competitive in the US market, boosting manufacturing and reducing dependency on China. Additionally, Trump's strong support for Israel may strengthen US-Israel-India ties, opening avenues for defense and technology cooperation. If Ukraine war ends, it could stabilize energy prices and supply chain, benefiting India's economy. Trump's pro-business policies and his push for streamlined immigration for skilled workers also promise more opportunities for India's tech talent in the US. Trump has already expressed his support for granting green cards to the foreign graduates of US universities immediately upon graduation. This could be a game changer for India's tech sector, where many professionals go to the US to study and often remain there under temporary work visas. Trump's plan would make it easier for the highly skilled individuals, particularly in the fields of engineering and computer science, to stay in the US permanently. If implemented, this could result in significant boost to innovation, particularly in Silicon Valley and other US tech hubs. Back home in the US, Trump has promised sweeping changes to ease economic pressures. One of his most talked about proposals is elimination of federal income tax. This could give much-needed boost to the economy, encouraging spending, business investment, and potentially acceleration of growth. Trump's aim to eliminate income tax could offer long-term stability and foster a more favorable environment for economic expansion.